In Arabic dialects, verb conjugations and grammatical forms of the dual al-muthanna do not exist. Yes, you heard it right. So in daily spoken Arabic, we only use two forms, singular and plural, when dealing with any grammatical forms, whether it's verb conjugation, personal pronoun, or anything else. This is actually good news because it means you only need to memorize fewer personal pronouns, fewer verb conjugations, fewer demonstratives, or even possessive pronouns if your goal is to speak Arabic like native speakers. Today we will learn about this change and review how Arabic native speakers deal with different grammatical forms in everyday conversation. In this lesson, we will focus on personal pronouns and verb conjugations. And in the upcoming lessons, we will continue with the remaining grammatical forms, like demonstratives, possessive pronouns, and even relative pronouns. And of course, we will practice many examples and daily exercises as we used to do in this course. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am Mustafa Nasser speaking and you are watching Arabic Phonons. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, activate the bell, and like the video. The slides I use in this lesson are available as a PDF file that you can download for free. Check the link in the video description. In Standard Arabic, we have three number categories: singular, dual, and plural. We also have two genders, masculine and feminine. So for each number, we have two subcategories for gender. When you multiply 3 by 2, that will give you 6. So 6 classification for any grammatical form in Arabic language: singular masculine, singular feminine, dual masculine, dual feminine, plural masculine, and plural feminine. This structure is important to have in mind before choosing any grammatical form, such as conjugating a verb, choosing a personal pronoun, a demonstrative, a relative pronoun, or even selecting an adjective. You must be able to determine the number and the gender of any word before choosing the correct grammatical form. Lucky for you, in daily Arabic we do not use all of these 6 classifications. We only use 3. Dual forms are totally dropped in everyday speech. So dual doesn't have any independent grammatical forms in daily Arabic. But how can we handle the dual in speaking? For example, if we want to conjugate a verb or choose a personal pronoun referring to two people or two things, what shall we do? In this case, we treat it as plural. So the dual takes the plural grammatical forms in spoken Arabic. In addition to that, even the plural itself is simplified, because most Arabic dialects use only the masculine plural form for both masculine and feminine groups. In a few dialects, such as some Lebanese varieties, feminine plural form may still appear, but the majority of Arabic dialects use the masculine plural form as the default. So practically speaking, daily Arabic operates with 3 main forms: singular masculine, singular feminine, and plural masculine, which is used for dual and plural regardless of the gender. This is good news, right? Now, instead of conjugating verbs for 6 categories, you need only 3. Let's see how this works in practice, starting with personal pronouns. Okay, I borrowed this table from the grammar course on my channel. In Standard Arabic, we have 3 persons, as you know. First person, متكلم. Second person, مخاطب. And third person, غائب. Under each one, we have the 6 classifications we have mentioned earlier. For the first person, we have only 2 pronouns: أنا for both singulars and نحن for both dual and plural. For the second person, we have 5. أنت for singular masculine, أنتِ for singular feminine, أنتما for both duals, أنتم for plural masculine, and أنتن for plural feminine. And for the third person, we also have 5. هو singular masculine, هي singular feminine, هما for both duals, هم for plural masculine, and هن for plural feminine. Let's now convert this table into daily Arabic. As we said earlier, dual forms disappear, so let's remove the dual pronouns. We also remove the feminine plural forms. This gives us the final set of personal pronouns used in daily Arabic. Yet, there are some little changes regarding their pronunciation. Across Arabic dialects, personal pronouns are almost the same, and they are very close to the ones of Standard Arabic. For clarification, I focus primarily on 3 Arabic dialect groups: Egyptian, Levantine, and Gulf Arabic, as they are the most widely spoken and most non-native speakers select one of them for learning. Let's see how Arabs in these areas pronounce personal pronouns. For the first person, the pronoun أنا is pronounced exactly the same, أنا, while the pronoun نحن is either إحنا, إحنا, this is the most popular, إحنا, and in some Levantine areas, we say ني, نحن, نحن. So, أنا, إحنا, or نحن. For the second person, both أنت and أنتِ have a minor change. They mostly start with E in Arabic dialects. إنت, إي, إنت, and إنتِ, إنتِ. This is happening in Egypt and the Levant area, while in the Gulf dialects they stay the same. أنت, أنت, and أنتِ, أنتِ. The pronoun أنتم is mostly starts with E as well. إنتو, إنتو. So, إنت, إنتِ, and إنتو. They have the same tone, right? Finally, third person pronouns witness a little change. In the Gulf dialects, they use the same of Standard Arabic without the case endings. So they say who, he, and hum, hum. While in the Egyptian and the Levantine dialects, they use the same pronouns in Standard Arabic, but after adding a doubling at the end, like this. هو, هو, هي, هي, and هم, هم. While in some Levantine countries, the plural becomes هن, هن, but just stick to هم. It is the most popular. So, هو, هي, and هم. These 3 are the most common. In the Levant area, the endings are a little softer, like this. هو, هي, and هم. I'm just trying to show you how close Arabic dialects could be. But when it comes to learning, just learn the dialect you prefer. If you want one general form of personal pronouns that would work in most of Arabic countries, just stick to the Egyptian equivalents. They are popular in many Arabic countries. Here are they in their complete forms. So that's it. In daily Arabic, we have total of 8 personal pronouns versus 12 pronouns in standard Arabic. That's a reduction of about 1/3. The interesting point is that this reduction extends to everything connected to pronouns, like verb conjugation. Now we only need total of 8 conjugations, since dual and feminine plural conjugations are no longer used in daily Arabic. We will study verb systems in detail later in this course, but for now, I want to highlight this simplification. Let's conjugate the past verb كتب with third-person pronouns. In standard Arabic, it will have 6 conjugations. هو كتب هو كتب هي كتبت هي كتبت هما كتبا هما كتبا هما كتبتا هما كتبتا هم كتبوا هم كتبوا and هن كتبنا هن كتبنا. In Arabic dialects, we shall have 3. And here, I'll stick to the Egyptian pronouns since they are the most common. هو كتب هو كتب هي كتبت هي كتبت and هم كتبوا هم كتبوا, which works for both genders of dual and plural. Even if we replaced the pronouns and use nouns, the same reduction takes place. Let's try it. I will use the same verb, but this time with nouns, not pronouns. So in standard Arabic, the conjugation will be like this. الولد كتب الولد كتب البنت كتبت البنت كتبت الولدان كتبا الولدان كتبا البنتان كتبتا البنتان كتبتا الأولاد كتبوا الأولاد كتبوا and البنات كتبنا البنات كتبنا. Let's try to convert them in daily Arabic. The first noun, الولد, needs some changes. The definite article al becomes il, and the case ending, in this case the dhamma, will be dropped. So the last letter, da, will have sukun. These 2 changes are common on all of the nouns. So let's apply them. Fine. The 2 dual nouns, al-waladani and al-bintani, will take an additional change. Do you remember? We said before that the ending alif noon is never used in speaking. When dealing with any dual noun, we stick to the second ending, which is ya noon. So they will be il-waladin, il-waladin, and il-bintain. Il-bintain. Someone might argue that this is grammatically incorrect because both of them are subject, mubtada. So they must have alif noon ending. But in speaking, we don't care. We only stick to one form of endings when there is more than one. Now we're done with the nouns. Let's move to the verb conjugation. The 2 singular nouns will take the same conjugation as in standard Arabic after dropping the case ending. Then, the dual and the plural, 4 of them will take only one conjugation, which is the plural masculine form. So we only need to copy it 4 times for these 4 different nouns. And that's it. So this is a final equivalent conjugation as Arabic natives use it in daily speech. Let's read them together. الولد كتب. الولد كتب. البنت كتبت. البنت كتبت. الولدين كتبوا. الولدين كتبوا. البنتين كتبوا. البنتين كتبوا. الأولاد كتبوا. الأولاد كتبوا. And البنات كتبوا. البنات كتبوا. Here is an important note about the dual. Some people believe that the dual completely disappears in daily Arabic. This is not true. Dual forms still exist in nouns when referring to 2 persons, things, or objects. However, when it comes to grammar and grammatical forms, dual forms are not used. We use the plural instead. That's why we used the plural conjugation for these 2 dual nouns. كتبوا. On the other hand, if we want to replace these 2 dual nouns with pronouns, in this case, the dual form will disappear, and we shall use the plural pronoun for both of them as we saw before. هم كتبوا. هم كتبوا or هم كتبوا. Therefore, the dual survives only in nouns, not in grammar. I want to emphasize today's main idea. In daily Arabic, dual grammatical forms do not exist. We only use the dual in speaking when we use nouns, like if we want to talk about 2 things, 2 people, or even 2 objects. In this case, we use only one form of the dual endings, as we studied in lesson 2, which is in, like كتابين, مدرستين, طالبين, and so on. But when it comes to grammatical forms, the dual is treated as plural. So it will take plural personal pronouns and plural verb conjugations as we saw in today's lesson. In the next lesson, which is much easier, we will study demonstratives and relative pronouns and see how Arabs use them in daily Arabic. Don't forget to download the PDF of this lesson from the link in the video description. Just click the link, enter your email, click download, and it will appear for you. And also don't forget to subscribe the channel, activate the bell, and like the video. See you in the next lesson.